morning, and thank you for being with us today. LA Latino launches a new series, AI Week. We have some great speakers through these series and are excited to be able to bring you information that you can take away to learn how to incorporate AI to all aspects of your life. I'm Olivia Rios, Director of Operations and Programs at the LA Latino Chamber. And, there was much thought put into putting this series together. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is rapidly evolving technology that has a potential to transform many aspects of our lives. Every day we hear or read news on how AI can impact your business, education, science, and just about everything. But beyond the headlines that peddle hyper fear, what does AI do? Today, it's all over the news. AI will be replacing workforce, and as a result, the trickle effect will impact small businesses. Since we are a chamber that provides tools and resources to scale businesses, we kept in mind that if we don't embrace this new tool, our businesses will be left behind. This week, we bring you 3 subject matter experts who will share various aspects of AI and how to use it to leverage your business. Our speakers include Roberto Martinez, CEO at the Braven Agency, how to use AI to grow your business. And of course, he's our guest speaker today. Tomorrow, joining us is Luis Reyes, President at Blue Icon Communications, who will discuss leveraging AI for impactful content marketing. And on Friday, we have Brian Elver sharing cheat codes AI made easy. With us today is our dear friend, Roberto Martinez, who really needs no introduction. He's a dear friend, member, and supporter of the Chamber, and we are grateful for his time and for today's session. At the end of his presentation, I'll be introducing Mayra Braga, account executive at Delta, who will be sharing benefits and promotions for medium and sized businesses with airline perks. This session will be interactive, and I'll be monitoring the chat box so you can write your questions there. And Roberto, thank you for being with us this morning, and we look forward to learning lots about AI.
Very excited to be here, Olivia. Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you so much, Daryl and Anna. You guys are leaders in our community, and I appreciate you tackling this challenge head on. And for every challenge, there's a great opportunity. Let's make this as interactive as possible. This is your time. We're here for you. So let's make the most out of this session and let's give you as many free tools as possible so that you can leverage AI to grow your business. So let's start. Again, want to do a big shout out to the Chamber. You guys are amazing. Thank you for leading from the front. Last year, you guys won Chamber awards, and you just keep breaking new grounds in the space of how a chamber should run in the 21st century. So I appreciate you for having me here. Okay, I'm going to share my screen and then we could get rocking and rolling. I want you to do me one more favor. I want you to tell me a little bit about your company, product or service. I am a accounting company, an insurance company, or I'm a product company that sells jackets, shirts, ebooks, whatever it happens to be. I just need to know a little bit more information about you so I could make this a little bit more interactive and you guys can get as much as possible from this conversation. Let's get started. Demolition contractor, immigration form preparation services. Montini, you're gonna love the presentation. I'm gonna show you a little bit later, a really cool tool out there. Demolition contractor, Jose, love it. We definitely can dive a little bit more into what that means. Grant, this is something that's going to be near and dear to your heart because it's going to make your life a lot easier and help you better understand how we can leverage the heck out of AI. Small business strategist for Wells Fargo, Joe. I appreciate the work that you do. I work very closely with Wells Fargo. Okay, so we have some great folks here: risk management, beverage manufacturing, automotive, events, furniture, engineering. This is great. This is what we want. We want an interactive group talking about what they service, what they do, and the community that they help. You can start making renditions of yourself, and they can start speaking on your behalf. You can even do a Batman voice. You can do all kinds of voices. Who am I? Why am I in front of you guys? Olivia, I appreciate your kind words. I am the CEO of Braven Agency. I've been doing this for over 20 years, with the agency for 10 years. I also am a Google digital coach. I work with Google, and some of the things you will be hearing are definitely coming from that perspective and that lens. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions about this presentation. I'm going to pass this presentation on to Olivia. You guys have some amazing speakers later on this week that you could definitely connect with. But for now, let's get started. You guys are here, come here to hear me or hear about my agency. You guys came to hear about how you can leverage AI. We have a lot of free tools for y'all. If you guys want a free consultation with some of my AI experts who have been certified now, we spend a lot of energy getting certified. Feel free to scan this QR code in the future and get that one-on-one with one of our consultants to help you better understand how to leverage AI. All right, so who are you? Why are you here? Most of us are in the second or third lane. We are e-commerce companies or small business service companies. As you guys were chatting, you guys were typing in the chat box, you guys are service providers, you guys are mortgage lenders, you guys are in the telecom space, nonprofit space. So we understand that. We understand that you're busy working in your business, but you want to start thinking about how you can work on your business. So the biggest pain point we keep hearing from our small business owners is that there's not enough time to deeply learn all the different AI tools that are out there. So there's just a lot of AI tools, and there's just a lack of time to learn each one at the level that you need. And then the cost is somewhat prohibitive in the sense that you're going to learn the tool and then pay for it and then use it. And there's hundreds of tools. So which is the right one for your specific industry and sector? I think I have a good mix on the different types of AI tools. We're going to give you a really high level overview of what that means. We have a bunch of freebies later on. If you stick around to the very end, we have a cheat sheet. We have some free AI consultations, free assessment reports as well, and social media content calendars created by AI. So you can definitely use them at the end of this presentation once we're done. So let's talk a little bit about how to save time with AI, because really AI is a tool that shrinks the time that you can create. And that guy's pretty creepy, so I'm gonna move on from that slide. How you can shrink the time to create content. The way I want you guys to picture this is 30, 40 years ago, 1990s, internet came along and it made everything a lot faster. It used to be that you would have to call someone, meet them in person, or send out snail mail, and now you can shoot out emails instantly. And that just shrank the time horizon for anything and everything you were doing in business. Well, AI is looking to do the same. It's going to revolutionize certain industries right now in the next 6 months to a year. 2 years, who knows where we're going to be. So there's three categories that I'm going to speak to you guys about. The first one is text messaging. That's really what you see when we talk about ChatGPT and Google Gemini. Those two tools are really great for text. We talked about the usability of those tools when it comes to writing emails, to running website pages, to creating proposals, to taking notes. There's just a lot of tools on the text side because that generative AI application is the easiest to use because it's a general language model that's literally learning how to use language and how to interpret your content, and really how you become an expert in that particular space is all around the quote unquote prompts. And the prompt is what you actually write in the search model that you're using so that you get the result that you want. Now, there's two distinctions when it comes to the two platforms I'm going to share. I'm not going to dive deep into Chat GPT, nor am I going to dive deep into Google Gemini because you have another workshop in a couple of days regarding that subject. Suffice to say that Chat GPT has information dating all the way up to 2022 versus Gemini is the most recent internet information available to you. The one I will talk about, and for those web developers, those graphic designers, those videographers, this is the one that's going to impact you directly, immediately. I would say it's already impacting you if you haven't seen it, and that's around imaging. And so using facial features, using video renditions of yourself, creating free content for you in the form of AI images, creating social media posts, is really going to change the way you communicate and develop content for your prospective customer. And then the last one is video editing and generation, creating different types of video content for your prospective clients and or for yourself as a business owner. Okay, there's a bunch of tools. I'm not going to dive into all of them. I'm not going to focus on the first two. I'm going to focus on Recraft and video. For those of you who have a product If you have a product, drop it in the chat. If you have a website that you want to test out as I'm going through this webinar, drop it in the chat. I definitely want to use product based because that's the one that's the most visible. And so we're going to talk about Recraft, we're going to talk about NVIDIA, we're going to talk about Canva. Most of us have Canva, it's an amazing tool. And then Capcut. We're also going to dive into some AI tools for assistants, like if you want a prospective virtual assistant, how that looks like. All right, you guys ready to get started? Enough talkie. Inca Cola, I love it. Let's do that. More doing. Okay, so let's talk about how ChatGPT helps you when it comes to copy. It's all around the prompt. So it's great for copywriting, market research, process oriented. So if you want to use this tool, really, this tool is to help you create content, export that content out, and develop out different social media content calendars very, very, very quickly. Both of those two tools are there for that general reason. You could give it a prompt and turn it into your accountant as well. We've seen this done multiple times when you go to ChatGPT or Gemini and say, hey, Gemini or ChatGPT, can you become a small business accountant? I want to upload my expense account and I want you to make sense of how much money is coming in, how much money is coming out. You can do that for physical training. Let's say you want to get a new body for summer and you can tell it, hey, I want to have a exercise where I burn 2,000 calories a given day. I want you to create a meal prep plan for me. I don't eat chicken. I only eat beef, and I love fish. So can you create a 50-50 split throughout the week? And they'll create that process. And so here's an example of what we used in the past for one of our clients. We told them, hey, can you create a campaign theme around ice cream? And can you create an email content calendar so we could shoot out these emails around creating a 3-month campaign for how this particular ice cream company can use email marketing to increase their sales. And so I, again, won't delve too much into this. I'm going to show you how that looks like very quickly so you guys can see how something like this can help for you. So you guys said Inca Cola is the one that you guys want to leverage and check out. I do like Inca Cola. I never know if that's from Peru or from Mexico or what country, but I'm going to share my screen and show you how this looks like when it comes to Inca Cola. You guys could see my Gemini screen. Okay, so ChatGPT, really great tool. You're going to hear about this a little bit later. But let's say we're going to tell ChatGPT, can you become a social media manager? And it's going to say, yes, we can. I can certainly, okay, great. Can you create a social media content calendar for April, May, June 2024 with the company Inca Cola? I would like you to provide a 10% discount code around May for Small Business Week, Small Business Month. I would also like you to only use Latino-centric content. I want to post 3 times a week. Can you create the content calendar on Excel? And so I just gave it a huge prompt. So look, it's creating the actual content calendar for you. And it's focused on what? Latino. And so there you have it. So you could literally export this file, Inca Color history, image, type, and you could get granular. Hey, we want to really focus only on video and images. We want to make sure that we talk about Inca Cola and Latino culture, Latino female. So this creates that prompt. So for that individual in the chat group that was a social media specialist, graphic designer, now you can also just leverage this particular tool to do that. Now, let's take that same prompt just so that you could see the difference. And we can do the same thing on Gemini. We can drop that same prompt. Let's just not get it jealous. Let's go back here and let's let's not get this AI tool mad. So we're going to use the same prompt. We're going to say, can you become a social media manager and create social media content? We're not going to worry about the spelling. And let's see what happens. So great question. Folks are saying, are you using the paid version for Gemini? Are you using the paid version for ChatGPT? Yes to both. So because I am a contractor for Google, I have been working with Google for the past 8 years. I get fairly early adoption of their tools and can use this tool. So here we go. April to June, objectives, target audience. I love this. Literally, it's segmenting your prospective customers. It's telling you date, time, structure, and there it is, sample post. It's even giving you images. Pretty amazing. And then I want him, can you export this to Google Sheets? And it's going to say, yes, you can. So it gives you an example of how interactive. Now we could do the same thing for what? Let's say you want to get your summer, there it is. Go to Google Sheets, and here's a really cool part about this particular, both tools, but it's not doing what I told it to do. There it is. But I literally want him like, no, you don't understand. Can you create a Google Sheet on my drive, please? So you could keep asking them prompts if it's not giving you the result that you wanted to give you. See, absolutely, I apologize for misunderstanding. I cannot directly create a Google Sheet. You have to get permission, and then you can open the Google Drive and export the sheet on Google Drive. Now, let me toggle back to ChatGPT. How many of us have a website? Press 1 if you have a website. And then press 2 if you don't have a website. Okay, everyone has a website. Fantastic. There's a tool where you could do SEO. So you guys can give me one of your companies that you want to do an SEO quick upgrade. Let's just improve our search engine optimization. Let me know your company name. And I'll show you how interactive this can be and how you can improve. Gregory Santa. Okay, so tell me the name of the, okay. Let's use Grant, because we're being creative right now. I want to create a SEO strategy for Grant Creative. Here's the website. Here is the website. And then they'll tell you how you can create an SEO strategy. And so now you could take that SEO strategy and turn around to your web developer and say, hey, I need you to update this for us. I need you to improve our SEO. Here's what I want you to do. And it literally did that. Now, keep in mind, this particular tool, it is a paid framework, paid format, and obviously this data is a little bit dated. It's 2022, so 2 years old. You could literally do the same prompt that we just did for chat, and then go over to Gemini and ask them the same thing, and they'll do the same thing. I have my biases. I'm not going to tell you which one I like more, but I do have my biases. So, okay, everyone clear as day. Pretty cool tool. I'm just scratching the surface, but it gives you an idea of what you can do. Ooh, long tail keywords. I love that. Really cool. I mean, it's literally doing what an SEO specialist does. The implementation is where the magic is made, really. Okay, let's go back here and let's keep moving and grooving. Any questions about how easy it is to use these things? It's all about the prompt, and it's all about communicating with that prompt what you want it to be. It could be anything, like anything in your wildest dream. It could be, I just had a friend message me that they used the prompt to be a therapist and ask it like, hey, I'm having issues when it comes to my partner, blah, blah, blah. What do you recommend I do? And they told them a step-by-step approach, like here's what we recommend you do. And then they gave them the clause, like, We are not a therapist, but if you were to do this, pretty cool. Okay, let's move on to where I really want to spend most of my time, which is the imaging and the videos. And this is really where I think a lot of disruption is going to come early on in this process. All these images were made by myself and my team. And so, what does this mean for you? You can now create social media content calendar. You can literally drop that chart that we saw on ChatGPT and Google Gemini and ask it, create social media images for me. You can leverage that. You can go to a third party AI image generating platform and ask it to do the same. You could ask it to do explainer videos. You can ask it to create a whole new brand for you. You could ask it to create an avatar like the avatar I created. All really cool tools that allow you to really lower your costs when it comes to graphic designers. And this is, I mean, this hurts myself because I am a marketing agency. I have a team of graphic designers, of creative directors, but it's just going to create content very quickly for you, and you're going to be able to sell that content. And if you're a small business owner, you can just maybe hire one person that does 5 things now. So it's going to multiply your ability to create content, and always important. So I'll get to like the big question mark here and the big value prop. All these tools are great, but the way I want you to think about it is all this is tactful and it's a tactical approach. You still need the strategy. And so you always, as a business owner, want to start with the strategy. What is the value proposition that I have as a business? What makes me distinct and unique? My unique value prop. And what's the promise I'm making to the marketplace? Okay, I understand that. What's the second piece? Segmentation of the marketplace. Who is my prospective customer? How old are they? What age are they? What's their income level? What's their educational level? Then you take that information and then you create content for those prospective customers through social media, through videos, through what have you. Okay, so many moons ago, back in the Stone Age, 2000, 1990, 2000-ish, you used to have to pay expensive uh, studio rental costs to create videos, to create high-end videos. And so we started there, 10, 15, $20,000 per video. Then in the early 2010s, YouTube came out, and Instagram, and all these amazing platforms, and all you have to use is this little tool here, and you start recording yourself, you start making informational videos, you become a content creator. Now everyone's a content creator because it's so easy to use. Fantastic. What's the next evolution of this particular tool? Well, it is using creative video. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to get off these earphones, and you might have a change in my voice because I want to show you these videos. I want to show you how they look like.
Here's a prompt tool that we use all the time within our agency, and it's extremely easy to use. So we go to this AI platform called InVideo, and we tell it to create a video for us depending on the service or product. Oh, I love products way more than services, but we understand. So let's see. We told them, hey, we're creating an AI video. We're doing an AI workshop. We want you to create an AI video for us.
Ever pondered how artificial intelligence, or AI, is reshaping our world? How it's revolutionizing industries, transforming economies, and changing the very fabric of our daily life?
That took us less than 10 minutes. I would say it's 2 minutes. So let's use this as an example of how easy it is for you guys to use this. All right, let's take another company, preferably product-based. Is there any product-based companies in this webinar today? If there is, please drop the name of your company. Or if we do not have that, okay, so tell me, Carlos, Aura Seating. Tell me what Aura Seating is. What do you sell? Oh, maybe we use Oli copiers. I want to see what that is. Okay, so I don't know what this is. We are office manufacturing. Okay, perfect. Let's use that. All right. Please create a video office furniture manufacturing company. focus.
It's an office copier company.
Office furniture company. Oh, which
Copier. Copiers and printers?
for RO seating?
No, Olay copiers.
Okay, I'll try that one after this.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. Please create a video for my office furniture company focused on the value of having sleek furniture, modern furniture, focus on market, middle. Right, I think that's a good prompt right there, and we're going to click on this. And so you could literally see in real time how long it takes to create this video, analyzing complete, thinking, and I mean, you guys could time it. It's very, very quick how fast we can use a specific tool. And I didn't even show you guys, you could define the prompt. It could be a YouTube video, it could be an informational video, you could change the voice of the prospective announcer or voiceover actor. You can pick if it's Instagram focused video. You can pick if it's a more long form content. And after it does that, it spits out a video. Revamping your workspace, the value of sleek modern office furniture. That is pretty freaking cool. And you can see it's less than a couple minutes for them to create these prompts. And then it spits it out, and then you could download it and use it. Now, I will say there is some copywriting issues sometimes if you don't pay for certain licensing agreements when it comes to creating and using these videos. And so it does pay, because there's a gray area right now in the space around who owns the content and who created the content. Think YouTube. When you see YouTube videos, sometimes they get demonetized if they're using music from a certain artist that the artist did not agree to, or you didn't pay a licensing fee for them. And so as this is getting queued up, and we'll toggle back to it, let's keep going. You can also create prompts around images. So this prompt that we created, we went to Recraft and we just said, hey, we want to create a woman celebrating her first sale in the clothing store. And so I'll create multiple types of AI generated videos, images for us to use. So you have a variety of styles. And so why is this? Because you want that image to reflect your brand. And so if you want to be more fun and playful, if you want it to be more cartoonish, if you want it to be more modern, more impressionist, I'm just giving you a variety of styles. You could even pick and choose and upload your brand style guide into this particular tool, and they'll mimic your brand and mimic the color, the fonts to reflect your brand. I think by now we should have this done. Okay, here we go. Okay, mid-market, professional, we're going to use YouTube, and we're going to continue. And here it is, guys. That's how quick and easy it was to create that specific video. And now for that company, RO Seating, they could leverage this particular tool to create videos. You could even upload your product line if you have different types of furniture that you want to showcase for this. It's even creating the script, so like you don't really have to write. Now, I will tell you, you would want to write the script sometimes because SEO and incorporating certain buzzwords and keywords for your prospective customers that they're using and they're typing, but you don't necessarily have to do that. So as it's still thinking, I'll prompt it, so let us know when it's done. It looks really slow. Okay, so this again, very straightforward. Allows you to create amazing videos. Now, what are we going to do with that? We talked about the chat function on the prompt side for ChatGPT and Gemini. Now we need to create templates. So now we have the strategy, we have the content. Now we could go and we create social media content calendars, paid ad content, especially on Google and Meta. We can do emails, we could do presentations, we could do a bunch of decks, we could start creating these tools. And this is something really easy that you can create. Canva is great at this. You can select a prompt, upload your video, and then it'll create an AI generated theme for you that allows you to leverage the heck out of a different touch and feel. This is the ice cream company we mentioned a little bit earlier today that we work with, that we created about 3 months worth of content for them at no cost. Well, it was at a minimal cost. Okay, here we go.
Ever wondered how the right office furniture could enhance your workspace? Imagine walking into an office where every piece of furniture not only serves a purpose, but also contributes to an atmosphere of professionalism and creativity. This is the power of sleek, modern office furniture. Picture a desk, but not just any desk. This desk is a fusion of functionality and design with clean lines and a finish that whispers sophistication. It's not just a place to work. It's a statement, a testament to your commitment to quality and innovation.
Pretty good, right? Press 1 if you think that's good. Press 2 if you're like, no, it's just terrible. I absolutely love it. It's just really interactive.
And it's not just about aesthetics. Modern office furniture is designed with your needs in mind. Adjustable.
So there you go. You guys have amazing content now that took less than 10 minutes to do that you could repurpose across your channels. Okay, so this is a really cool one that I absolutely love. We have an intern, smart kid, and we're like, hey, help us create content for us. And she's like, well, we don't sell products. I'm like, well, figure it out. And then she came back with this. And this is Capcut. Absolutely love this tool. We took our office plant named Delilah, and we said, all right, and she took it and she created a quick video. And so you can just think about the functionality for these type of videos. If you do have products in mind, you can also do it for services, depending on what you're selling. You have to be a little bit creative there. But she took this and she created this really quick and sleek, what's it, 30-second video for our office plant. And there you have it. Very quick video, very easy to use. And it allows you to really engage with the product and have your customers lean in and say, hey, that's an interesting product that I want to look into. And that's what you're trying to do. Grab their attention, bring them into your funnel, and convert them into a client. Let's go. Okay. We have about 20 minutes left. We're going to talk a little bit about AI for sales, and then we're going to open up to Q&A. Unless you guys want to run it for 10, I think you guys have a lot of questions. Maybe we'll run it for 10 minutes or 5 more minutes, and then we'll pause. We'll turn it over for Q&A, and we'll hand it back to our dear Olivia, our dear friend Olivia. Okay, so this is great, Roberto, fantastic. We're doing all this amazing content. All I care about is some leads, some sales. How do we get that? And so there's usually a couple steps to get to it, especially for the services company. There's a sales cycle, initial contact, qualify the lead, understand their needs, their what do we call the pain points, provide them a solution to that pain point, identify their objections, follow up, and then close the prospective sale. Pretty straightforward. Most sales reps and business developers sleep with this knowledge. But how do we help you shorten that sales cycle? And how do we have customers communicate with you? And so there's nothing new, right? It's like we knew that you had to communicate with your customers back in 1990s, and the internet and email marketing and websites allowed us to do that better. So these tools are all about how you can communicate with your prospective customer through chatbots. And so if you don't have a chatbot right now, you definitely need to get a chatbot running on your website. For those of us who do have a website, answering questions, prompting them to communicate with you. It's an additional what we call touch point. A touch point just means how many times I have to touch my prospective customer for them to buy from me. And so really important stuff here is just understanding what the top 10, top 20 questions that your prospective customer has, uploading them to the chat box, writing multiple, again, quote unquote, prompts for that chat box. And then that chat box is going to learn those prompts, learn your website. It's literally going to scan your information on your website and then be able to respond to the questions that your prospective customer has on the chat. So imagine that. You don't necessarily have to respond. You can just let them read all the information on your website, assuming you have a really robust website, and that chatbots can respond to that customer in real time. It could qualify the leads. It could see if it's spam. Don't waste our small business's time. If it's not spam, if it's actually a good lead, it'll ping you. This looks like a great lead. We qualified it. It's definitely something that you should be following up on. And so the AI chat box tool would allow you to qualify those prospective customers that are landing on your website and leaving messages on your chat box. And then figuring out if it's great for selling or not selling. There's actually this whole Salesforce tool set that allows you to read through transcripts. So what it'll do is it'll review all the transcripts that you have with your prospective customer. They'll record your voice and what you're saying, and then they'll record the voice and the words that your customer is saying, your prospective customer, and then they'll ask you, did it turn into a sale or not? And if it did turn into a sale, they'll start looking for trends, keywords, and key phrases that you said during that conversation that helps you understand what got to yes and what got to no. Really useful and innovative stuff here. But I always say start slow, start very straightforward. First thing is get that chat box up and running, allow it to read your content. There's a lot of chat boxes in the current marketplace are free to use. We actually use a free one. We just upload the functionality of the answers that questions we're always getting. And it allows us to be able to create value very quickly. Obviously, there's a cost here. I would only suggest using these paid tools if you're getting a lot of traffic, if you have a customer relationship center already, a customer care center already set up, and it allows you to lower the load on that customer base. These are great for any service-based. I mean, I always think about rideshare companies. I always think about telecom companies. They're using customer service reps all the time. So the chat function allows you to lower the amount of people going online. You see this all the time now in payroll and licensing. They'll ask you, would you like to chat with a representative, or would you like to chat with our actual AI tool? This is my favorite tool so far because it lowers my sales cycle. What you can do is obviously you could create proposals using these tools. And we talked about that, but I want to talk about another tool called StoryDoc. You could literally create your proposal using StoryDoc. It will scrape the information on your website. Then it'll be able to present that information in a way that's useful and conducive. So who wants to give it a spin? Drop your website if you can on this chat, and we'll use your website. Let's use a service-based industry. And Grant, we already used you as an example. Who else wants to try? Okay, let's look at what they do. Livingston, can you tell us a little bit about your company?
Yes, we provide, we literally manage engineering, design, and construction projects. Hi, Roberto. Long time no see.
Okay, so here it is. We're going to do a proposal, project proposal, or part. Which one do you want? Project proposal?
Yes, let's do that.
All right, and we're going to drop the name. It's called what's the name of the company? This is it, right?
O2 EPCM, O2 Engineering Projects and Construction Management. That's it.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. What's your industry? Construction, right? Infrastructure?
Yep.
Manufacturing, engineering, or general?
You could,
Construction
and infrastructure. Mm-hmm.
All right, I want to make it sleek. I like colorful. I like this. Let's do that one. Okay, there it is. It's literally generating your proposal. All right, while that's loading, I love that. Like we're loading a proposal. Does anyone have any questions so far about what I presented to you guys? No questions. I love it.
I do. Can I ask a question?
Of course.
So in terms of security, do you see this going towards what we're going through with TikTok right now, trying to be banned? I mean,
I love that question. I will definitely answer that question. So here's the proposal. And so you can edit and amend interactive, it's little scripting information. And then you could just export this for you.
I'll send you my email. Send it to me, please. Thank you.
I love it. There you go. How long does it take you to create a proposal? Now it's literally created it for you, more interactive, more engaging, and you're off to the races. This is great for RFPs, RFQs. You could literally go into the chat function and say, hey, into this platform and say, hey, I want to help. Can you help me with RFPs, RFQs? All right, let's go back to the presentation. Okay, a lot of information here, guys. I hope you guys are excited for the next session. $40 to $60 a month for the plan, depending on what you need. You can just see the value there, assuming that you have a lot of leads coming in. We have a bunch of free tools for you guys. We're just scratching the surface. We literally, our company created a whole new line of business just for AI tools. And if you reach out to me and make sure you connect with us, you can connect with AI experts. We're actually running a whole webinar series for the next 6 months. If you want to register for that webinar series, scan this QR code. Like I mentioned, we created this whole new product line to help small businesses learn how to use the AI tool and really leverage the heck out of it to grow their business. All right, with that, get the free tools on the left, free consultations to the right, and open it up to any questions that you guys may have. Thank you so much, Olivia, for having me here. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. I can't believe we got a good group here. We had 58, and most of you guys stayed, so it means that there's value here. So definitely want you guys to leverage the heck out of these tools. If you do have any questions regarding these tools, feel free to scan those puppies. Are you disclosing to clients who are using? Yes, 100%. So there was a great question. So yeah, so yes, I would not do not lie to your client. They're going to know right away it's an AI tool. You literally tell them the reason why we're discounting this rate, because my graphic designer usually spends 15, 20 hours, and now they're spending 5 to 7 hours. So we pass on the savings to the client. That's what, at least that's what our agency is doing. We're not pretending we're creating the tool from our own capability. But yeah, I would definitely disclose to the client that you're creating these tools. And there's a lot of volume. There's a lot of content that you're creating. So there's still value there as the agency that you can provide them. But you brought up a good question about TikTok. The reason TikTok is trying to might be banned is because it is owned by a Chinese company, and that Chinese company has ties to the Chinese government. And not to get political, because we're not trying to get political here. We use TikTok, but that's the challenge, that we don't know if the government is using it to track and to spy on the US population. And TikTok is really, really sticky, specifically for who? For the young, like their demographic skews very, very young. And so that is a threat to national security as the government sees it. So that's why you're seeing them. Any other questions?
Thank you, Roberto, for today's session. It's like mind-blowing, right? I don't want to say amazing because that wouldn't do it justice, but let me just go through a couple of the questions. Let me go back to the chat. Do these tools require a one-time recurring fee user? I know you showed a couple of slides that had a monthly cost. So yes, if you want to use it to its capacity, you need to pay for the service, correct?
Yeah, there's classic marketers, freemium models, free to use, and then they hook you, and then they charge you after the month. But I mean, it's to be expected. There's different price points like chat and Gemini, as long as you can use those at no cost. But there's additional functionality with those tools when you buy the premium models, the cost models. Yes.
And how do you integrate all these programs together to help automate the process?
Yes, and absolutely love it. Angelica and I are in the same space. This is where our value comes in.
Mhm.
It's hiring agencies like Angelica's agency that has AI marketing experts that can tell you, here's your pain points, here's what we can do with AI. So instead of hiring 5 people or 4 contractors or 4 consultants, you hire one person that can do those 3 or 4 things very well. Or you hire an agency that can integrate all those things to you. The challenge is that it's not a universal integration because each business is unique and distinct. And it's like, it's when, for example, how many of us have ever bought a car and we got like fully loaded, everything, but do we use all the features? We do not use all the features, right? We use most of them, maybe 20% of those features. Same thing with AI. You can get the whole suite of services, but there are so many AI tools coming up that you don't need the whole thing. You need the one that's going to drive your revenue. You're going to need the one that's going to increase sales. That's the one you want. And you start there and then you build out. So that's how I would recommend you guys do it.
Leo V also shared a couple of links. So if you want to take a moment to download the chat, you could do so to get all those links.
And Paula has a great question. She says, are the images come and are they any issue with plagiarism? Paula, that's where the space we're at right now. So the short answer is, if you don't pay for the premium model, there will be a watermark on your videos. On the imaging side, it's different. You can pay for the premium models. You can definitely see how there's some gray area there with, is this my image or is this the AI image that this company created? And so when you buy the premium model, some of them will say this model is yours, it's not ours because you paid for the service. Others will say you're using our IP. So it all depends on which platform you're using.
Mm-hmm. But obviously, if it creates something for you, you can be inspired by what's given to you and edit it to your needs, correct?
I love that. So yeah, like Picasso said it best, is imitation is the best form of flattery. So we all build from each other, right? I learn from everyone here. I learn from you, Olivia. You teach me new things, and I take your learnings and I build it on top of what I know already. So that's how you would add value, correct?
Correct. So I want to thank you, Roberto, for everything that you've done. So real quickly, I'll introduce Maida Braga from Delta Airlines, who's the account executive, who is going to be sharing some promotions for small and medium-sized businesses. So Maida, welcome.
Hello, Olivia. Thank you. Hi, Roberto. It was great presentation. I love it. I'm taking so many.
Maida, I appreciate you. I've actually signed up for your program. Braven Agency is taking full advantage. I love Delta, so.
Oh, I know. Yeah, and on that note, so as we are talking about innovation, technology, Delta, we just a few weeks ago, we just won one of like the most innovative companies in the United States. We're very proud of that, and one of the reasons that we got that award, it's because last year we launched free high-speed Wi-Fi on our planes. So if you are a SkyMiles member, part of our loyalty program, you can get free high-speed Wi-Fi. It's a technology that we do in partnership with T-Mobile. It's very impressive, sometimes works better than the internet in my house. And we also launched a tool that is called Delta Sync. It's our new entertainment one on board. It basically expands all the entertainment options that you have in the screen. So once you're sitting on the plane, you can scan a QR code and you have access to thousands of entertainment like Paramount, other types of apps. You can do reservations on restaurants. And after the flight's over, you still have access to that entertainment for 24 hours, link in your SkyMiles account. So when you're on the plane, maybe you're like a flight that is just an hour, and like, oh, I want to watch this movie, but it's like 2 hours long. With the Delta Sync, you can still have access to that. But in order to take advantage, you do need to be a SkyMiles member. So it's SkyMiles, it's Delta Airlines loyalty program. It's free. There is no requirement to join. And the idea is that every time that you fly with Delta and our partners, you get miles. And with miles, what can you do with them? Get free flights, upgrades, status, many benefits. And the beauty of this is that our miles, they never expire. So there is no excuse to take advantage. I encourage everyone to sign up for that. And if you have a business, then we also have a program tailored for your specific business that Roberto signed up last year. And the idea is that not only you as an employee, as your individual, you can get access to the miles, but the business as well. So every time someone from your business flies, the personal will get their own personal miles and the business get miles on top of that. There is no cost also to participate. In order to earn miles, you do need to at least have 5 people in your company and spend $5,000 on Delta. So that one is one of the requirements for the loyalty program. And the miles, they don't expire as well. You can get miles not just flying with Delta, but also take advantage of our partners, KLM, Air France, Virgin, Aeromexico. So all of that airlines, they count for the program. There is no cost as well, and you're getting free perks. So I definitely encourage all of you to take benefit of it. I will share the information in the website. I'll also share my contact details. So if you need any information, assistance on how we can better tailor your travel needs, let me know. Travel continues to be busy, and I'm here to support all of you with your needs. Thank you again, Roberto, for all the information. I learned so much with you today, and Olivia, Darren, and Anna for the partnership.
Well, thank you, Maida, for everything that Delta does for us. And again, Roberto, we want to thank you for joining us this morning and have a great week. Thank you.